folks. Howdy, Sean Brock here with you again. Back in my old wheelhouse here, and the stuff that holds the most special place in my heart, and that is these old D-18s. And we got an old one. This thing is the most beautiful thing to me. I love the look of these kind of guitars. Some of y'all like them shiny and new, and there ain't nothing in the world wrong with that. I appreciate that. That's got its own beauty. But honest wear, honest finish cracking is what we got here. And this is for Dale Owen, Dale's Showstoppers on Reverb. And of course, we will have in the description box the information for you to contact him if you are interested in talking about this guitar. This 1944 C.F. Martin D-18, or he has a 42 D-18. He's got some 50s D-18s and D-28s, several luthier build guitars, some newer stuff, Martin Authentics and custom shop stuff, Wayne Henderson, old Gibson Banners. It's a laundry list that it'd take an act of Congress to figure it out. Anyway, let's run this thing through its paces. This is a 1944 D-18. Great bass on this thing. Listen to this. These kind of guitars, when I do that, easy to make that kind of stuff pop out on these. That's some of what I love about D-18s, old D-18s. I done preached on this in the last video of the 42, but so I'll try not to be redundant, but what do you think of the sound of that? I mean, you don't need me to tell you things. I like to comment on things because my dad, I remember one time he was talking to himself. He was working under his truck, and I walked up and I said, "Daddy, why are you always talking to yourself?" He said, "Well, son, I like to talk to smart people, and I love to hear a smart man talk." I ain't in the same class of that, but I do like to talk a lot. That's just beautiful. Me get the capo here. I'll get carried away and I'll sit here and be playing all day. And you'll be like that old Tim O'Brien number, running out of memory for you. That's what you'll be on me. And you wouldn't be the first one that was that way either. Flat. It's always amazing to me how nice and even just everything just runs together without, you know, an over capitulation of sustain. It's also amazing to me what damage I can inflict with a capo. And it's just with a screw. Like a calf balling, didn't it? Sorry about that. I get tickled, man. I get excited when I play these things, and they're so hard to find. They're getting more rare all the time. Key B. This is a touch drier than the 42. For what reason, I don't know, but it is a touch drier. Key of C. test again. I'm trying to remember, because I know people are going to compare this to the 42, so. You cannot beat that. You cannot. You cannot. I'm just telling you. I'm giving you my opinion. You can't. Ever since I've had this thing going, I've said, if you put a gun to my head and say, live with one guitar, you fool, my wife would probably be happy. I would pick a D-18. I would pick a D-18. If you bound and gagged me and drug me into a store and said, hey, mahogany or rosewood, I'd say, oh, you better, yes, sir, you better hand over that mahogany there. Well, wait a minute, I was bound and gagged. I couldn't say that. But I would. I would if they let me. This thing speaks for itself. Let's talk about, check this out. The folks that just like pristine, shiny things and say, ooh, that's ugly. Man, that right there is one of the prettiest things that you could ever lay your hands or eyes upon. Natural. I mean, there's finish cracking. The finish cracks have finish cracks. They're not, not in the wood. It's just age of the finish. Just checking. Just checking. There are a couple of top cracks there. I know that if you check out the Reverb link, or if you email him or call him, Dale has pictures, I guess, of this thing blacklighted, so that might make it a little easier for you to see that stuff. I'm not a vintage connoisseur. I'm not a collector, so I just play them. But if you really want to look at them, they're up there. But I mean, check out the wear. Check out the wear. And I think, is there a bridge on this new bridge? I don't know. You'll have to look at the stuff yourself. But we go around to the side. This great mahogany, this old stuff, man. This is probably cut in the 1800s, or not long after, early 19s. There's the back, and again, I know there's a couple repairs on the back. A couple of cracks that were cleated on the back, sides, and top. And he's outlined all that. He's got his description there. This neck, I love the feel of this neck. It is checked. It is aged, so like the side of the heel there. This is a wonderful feeling neck. There's the front of her. Of course, she's had a neck reset. She's had a refret, and I wanted to tell you too that he's got some replacement tuners on here, but he sent the originals with it. So the original tuners are here with the guitar. But, just for usability's sake, accommodation of that, he thought that throwing some replacements on there wasn't going to hurt nothing on nobody. And I agree that because, as you've seen, I tend to use the tuners a little bit. So the neck on this, I'm going to say this is a little skinnier than the 42, right down here in the first. 4 frets. 4 frets. The barrel up by the heel is also slightly skinnier than the 40. It's probably slightly skinnier from 5 to about 7 or 8. But they're very similar, kind of starting at about the 5th, 6th fret, the necks on these two. And I find this to be plenty playable. I'm a 1 3/4 guy, but having that extra meat in the center, this is not one of the thinnest 40s necks that I've had my hand on. And this thing plays nice. saddle and nut are replacements, of course. It's set up really well, I think, for what I like. It's not, I can make it buzz. If I can't make a guitar buzz, then it's too high. It's too high for me. So this is, to me, is just about right. But yeah, I mean, you can't play that stuff if your action's too high. It'll cut your, it becomes uncomfortable on the pinky. This is a wonderful machine. I don't know that I could pick between this and the 42. I like that old banged up look. This one is a touch drier, and I don't, sound wise, they're a little different, but I can't say I like one better than the other on the sound. They both got a really nice big bass on them. Lovely. This one, probably the trebles are a little drier, a little warmer. But as far as volume, they're about the same. As far as the bass response, they're about the same. I like the way this one looks a lot. I know that's odd to some people, but hey, I get it. I get it either way. But I just have an appreciation. Anytime I pick up something like this, I'm like, man, think of all the things this thing's seen. This is built during wartime, being 44. When Martin wasn't putting out the greatest lot, big numbers in guitars, because they've been converted over for manufacturing for war efforts. This is really, really close into the end of the scallop brace period, the end of 44, beginning of 45, if I recall. They changed all that stuff around, so this right here meets the cutoff, and these are just great sounding guitars. They're wonderful. So if you're interested in this one or any of the others that he's got, see the description box, contact Dale Owen, and check him out on Reverb, Mandolin Cafe, all that stuff. Call him up, and he'll put this right in your home, I'm sure. And if you haven't subscribed, please do so. I appreciate you guys watching as always, and I love you. And until next time, take care.